You've recently lost your job. You're 2 months behind on your rent. Suddenly, there's a knock at the door. It's the sheriff's office. You've been evicted. Suddenly, you find yourself homeless. What are you to do now? Hello, my name is Monique Bryant, and today I will be giving you information on what to do if you suddenly find yourself homeless. The first thing that you should do is seek shelter. You should seek shelter from your family and your friends. This is the most successful method, if used properly, to combat homelessness in your life. Your family normally knows your struggles, they know what you're going through, so they are more willing and apt to help you in your time of need. Your friends as well. A lot of your friends are sometimes closer than your family, and they are also both willing and able to help you in your time of need. This economy is bad, and a lot of our families and friends know that they are one paycheck away themselves from being homeless. So we must not be embarrassed or ashamed if we face homelessness in our own lives. We must, again, seek help from our family and friends and not be ashamed about it. Again, this is the most successful method if used correctly. If that doesn't work for you, then know that there are several shelters in the area who have space available and are ready and willing to help you as well. One of the shelters that I want to talk about today is the Salvation Army. The Salvation Army is a worldwide organization. It's actually a religious organization, and they have helped homeless people for years. Along with helping homelessness, they also work with domestic violence issues, human trafficking issues, feeding the hungry. There are just so many things that the Salvation Army can and will do for a person. If you should find yourself homeless and you seek shelter at the Salvation Army, know that there are several rules that you must abide by. The rules include everything from being in by curfew, eating dinner at a certain time, and also attending several meetings throughout the week. If these rules are not met, then you're in danger of having to check out from the Salvation Army. There are all beds, there are bunk beds, as well as cots available for sleeping at the Salvation Army. The other rule that a lot of people don't know is that you have to leave the Salvation Army at 8:30 a.m. and return by 4 o'clock p.m. This is because the Salvation Army is actually an emergency shelter, and it is not meant for habitation throughout the day. If you become a resident of the Salvation Army, know that there are 3 meals a day that are available to you. Breakfast is served promptly at 5 o'clock a.m. Lunch is served for those who work on off shifts at 12 o'clock noon. And also, dinner is served at 4 o'clock p.m. If a resident should miss one of those times, that meal is not made up for the day. So you have to be on time for those meals. The Salvation Army allows you to stay for 7 days free of charge. After that, the cost is $10 per day. And all bills must be paid at the beginning of the week. The next shelter that I would like to talk to you about is the Providence House. Providence House, unlike the Salvation Army, is open to families only, which means a husband, a wife, and a child. There is an 8-month program that the residents must go through, and at the end of that 8 months, they actually graduate the program. While they're in the program, they learn everything from budgeting, from parenting. They have the opportunity to obtain a GED or go to college. These are all things that are inclusive of the program, at the local Providence House. There are other shelters, Christian Services, Hope House, that are available to anyone who may become homeless as well. Now, I would like to talk about some things that cause homelessness, because sometimes if you know what causes the problem, you're able to combat the problem before it even happens. The first thing and the most prevalent thing that's causing homelessness these days is the economy. We all know that the price of food and gas and shelter and things of that nature are going up, but salaries are not. So sometimes being a victim of this economy can cause homelessness. The next thing that causes homelessness is mental illness. We all know that if you can't function in your mind properly, that you can't take care of the things that you need to take care of, and sometimes that can lead to homelessness as well. The other thing is addictions. If you're addicted to alcohol, drugs, gambling, things of that nature, and trying to maintain a household as well as that addiction, sometimes that as well can lead to homelessness. Poor money management is something else that can lead to homelessness. If you can't manage your monthly budget properly, then you can't pay your bills, and then you may find yourself in a homeless situation. It's important to know that after all this is said, that being homeless is not the end. If you know the resources that are available to you and you follow the few tips that I gave at the beginning of this video, then you should be successful in seeking shelter for yourself or for your family. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to speaking with you again.